Today we're going to review some love and Valentine's related drawings from my truckload of art journals and sketchbooks. And we're going to look at all sides, the good, the bad, and the ugly sides of love. And then I will present some artwork that we could all use for our own Valentine's Day cards, and I'm going to ask you for some help on that. But first, let's visit the ghosts of Valentine's Day past in some old sketchbooks. I always kind of liked this drawing. This is an old one. This is probably from, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago. But I like the idea of these two cranes, and I guess they decided to make a baby crane. If you want to make a baby crane and you're an origami crane, I imagine this is how it is. So maybe this is obscene as opposed to being a Valentine's Day sort of thing, but I don't know. I think it's kind of, I don't know, it makes me laugh. So one that is very much a Valentine's Day sort of thing, definitely a couple. I used to do a lot of this sort of drawing where I did a lot of line work, just black and white, and it's something that I may return to at some point. I think you can get some really powerful images, but it's very simply drawn. I have quite a few drawings more like this that are maybe not so cute, but that show maybe the dark side a little bit, or maybe sarcasm. We could look at this in a number of ways. I'm not going to tell you how you should interpret these drawings. I really don't even know myself. Since this is a Valentine's Day thing, I thought, well, we'll throw in a little bit of both. Some that are a little bit more obvious and more cute and lovey, and some others that maybe are not quite that. I'm not even really sure what this is. It was intended to be a couple, so I will throw this in there. I do like the colors. I like the loose style of it. It's not something I do a lot, but it's something. This is a sketchbook that my parents brought back from Italy. It sat unused for many months, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to fill this thing up. And that got me going on a number of different drawings. This is probably more typical of, I don't even want to call these Valentine's Day sorts of things. Two friends, maybe unlikely, but they do like each other. You'll see down here I have number 28. This was, I think, the 28th drawing that I did in my Sketch a Day series. I was trying to do one drawing a day, and I got up to nearly 1,000 days. I have another one marked here. Okay, yeah, this is more typical me. I don't know how you want to interpret this. We have this cat and this bird. I don't know if the bird's trying to capture the cat, or he's hanging out the white flag, to stop the fight. I don't know. We could interpret that a number of ways. Anyway, I just thought it might have fit the theme of what I'm doing today. So I was just looking through the sketchbook again, and yeah, this is the sort of thing I've done a lot of companionship type drawings and unlikely pairings, but I like the style of it. It's kind of cute, and it's friendly, and yeah, you could definitely make a story out of it if you wanted to. And a couple more recent drawings I did for the Wordle drawings in October of 2023. A couple of these might fit the theme. This drawing is based on the Wordle answer for the day, and the word was snail. So we have this snail who decided to change nails into snail to show his love interest how pretty he or she is. So there you go. I think it's kind of cute. I like the little hearts. Holy cow. I have a bunch of squirrels that are fighting just outside, so very, very un-Valentine's Day like. Okay, moving on. Oh yeah, and I don't know where I put the old sketchbook. This is a drawing that I did. I forget the word was called retry. I based this on an older drawing that I did that was in black and white, just graphite, and I couldn't find that sketchbook. But at any rate, this was retrying that one and using some color. But I thought this one is kind of nice. Two people in one, sort of, or sharing a mind. I don't really know. This was kind of an interesting drawing that fits with the love theme. I really like this one. Besides the fact that I apparently couldn't draw a snail. Man, look at this shell. It's I don't I don't know what's happening there, but it is. It would be physically impossible for this guy to live in here. But that aside, I love the idea of this little, the claw going down, but he's reaching for the heart. But yeah, I like this one. I think it's kind of cute. And on the other side, because there are two sides to love, apparently, so interpret it as you wish, but I had this thought of, we had this, some sort of bug, and one person has love for it, and the other one just wants to eat it. Perhaps a couple, but can see things in completely different ways. So I think that's pretty realistic of how relationships can be. This is just a cute one. Something that I don't do very often, just plain cute. I actually thought of this one as I was doing some of the new drawings I did this week, but this one we could label as I love you very much. And another one of the unlikely pairings type drawing. I know I tend to do this a lot using, what is it, anthropomorphism? Is that the word? Putting human traits and features on an animal or something like that. Most of these things represent people in some way. And there goes that squirrel again. Boy, they are not happy. But I do really like the expression here. It definitely an adoring sort of look, and yeah, I think it works. And by the way, I love the size of this journal. This size of journal really helped me out when looking at a bigger page was just too daunting. And this is just like a 3x5, and it has however many pages, maybe 40 or 50 pages in it. And I just love them. This is the last one that I have because it seems that they have discontinued it. The Strathmore Visual Journal of this size. They have some that are bigger. But if anybody knows of a source that might sell the 3x5 version, let me know. They certainly don't sell it locally anymore. But I really like that one a lot. I know some people hate having the spiral bound ones, but I like it because it lays flat. But if you do want to draw across pages, this is not the best way to do it. This is actually had a younger person drawing in here, so just so you know, some of these are not my original artwork. Yes, this is the flip side. There are the beautiful parts of love, and then there are the hard parts of love. And realistically, they're a little bit of both. This is actually based on the lyric from a song. I was doing a series of drawings that had these banners, and I guess maybe it looks a little bit more like a tattoo. I like this one. I think it works. All these little pieces of wood. Love is a mini splintered thing. You see that, but you also see the red that's inside. So it's burning. It's just sometimes it's hard. And if you've never experienced hard things, please contact me and let me know how you did that. So this is more just straightforward. Our love is king, which also happens to be a lyric from a song. In fact, I think it's a song title. Yeah, this has a lot of symbolism in it, you know, personal symbolism. So, but I see we have some, I think, freesias here, some spaghetti. Yeah. This is the kind of thing I encourage people to do is, you know, especially if you are drawing for someone else, put in some elements that, you know, you have some shared experience. I think it makes it a lot more personal and memorable. And, you know, usually those kinds of things are appreciated. I don't know why I marked this one. This one isn't really much of a Valentine's Day one. I think because it just had the heart. I think this was part of the realization that I had to do some more drawings because, you know, I had to go through years and years of these in order to come up with some that seemed appropriate for Valentine's Day. One thing that I haven't shown much of is my sculpture. This is not typical of what I do, but this one kind of fit with the theme of love and Valentine's Day. I'm not sure, but this is just a little wire, a bent wire sort of sculpture, and it's simple. And yeah, I think there's something to that one. And now I need your help. I have a number of drawings that I've made for this Valentine's season, and they're free for download on my website. I'll have that down in the description. But I also need some really good captions or little messages that go along with the drawings. I have some, most of them are pretty silly, a little bit corny. I'm looking for some that might have a different take on some of the drawings. I know that there are some very clever folks out there. I know because I've met some of you. If you see a drawing and you think, oh, I know a great message that would go along with that one, put it in the comments, and then we can all enjoy them. And thank you for even thinking about helping out here. It's just something that I would like to do to engage a little bit more with the followers on this channel. And I thank you very much. It's really, really cool, and it's quite an honor to spend some time with you. All right, let's get on to looking at some of these drawings. I got another journal. You can see another visual journal, the same one as this one, except not this small. But I do like the paper, so I tend to buy this one quite a bit. So this is a mantis shrimp. And you could say, you know, the saying could be, I shrimply love you, which is cheesy, I know. A lot of these are kind of cheesy. But actually what I was thinking was the mantis shrimp has one of the broadest visual ranges of any animal. I think that humans have maybe 4 cones or rods or something in order to see our visual spectrum. And some mantis shrimp have 16. So, you know, they can see colors that we can't even imagine. So I was thinking on this one, maybe more appropriate would be, I only have eyes for you. And by the way, did you notice the bubbles? It's here. I did some more bubble work, and I did a different method with this, and I wish I would have filmed how I got these. Okay, next one. Some cute little mice, and it's raining hearts. Yeah, this one's adorable. I love it. It's okay, so what phrases could we have? I would love to have people make comments down below about what you think might be some good sayings to put along with these drawings for Valentine's Day, or really for anything. I'm always game for something creative. But I was looking at this, and maybe, you know, you're like a shelter from the rain. Anyway, kind of a cute little scene there. Little bees and some sort of heart-shaped flower. But, you know, this could just be simply Will you be my Valentine? Which, I know, these are so cheesy. Tell me something that is better. I would love to hear it. Just put it in the comments. Okay. 2 peas in a pod. I do like the composition of this one. I think it worked out really nicely, and there's enough going on that it makes the whole thing work together. But yeah, these peas seem to be enjoying each other's company, and this was fun doing the little flowers here, this watercolor. So 2 peas in a pod, but I was thinking also there is a bumper sticker that says imagine world peas instead of world peace. And so I was thinking maybe this is the wrong time to pray for world peas. So we have 2 rabbits and they're eating a tomato, and so my thought when I was drawing this, again, man, these are like dad jokes, and I love puns. I really do. I am somewhat apologetic for it. So my thought was that I love you from my head to my toes. Look, head, tomato. But I was thinking there might be something in there for, I say tomato, you say tomato. Something, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. There's something there. I just don't know what it is. I was also thinking if this was my tomato and it was homegrown and I found rabbits eating it, I would be really mad. I was busy yesterday. I did about, I don't know, however many of these, 5 or 6 drawings yesterday. This is one I know that some people can relate to. You are my favorite alien. This to me is, they both have a hand on the steering wheel, or I guess not a wheel, the steering mechanism, I assume. They're silly and goofy and are having a good time, and it doesn't really matter because they're together. Sometimes you look at your drawings after they're done and you think, like, how exactly was this supposed to work? And I'm just looking at these guys and look at the length of their arms. They're like little tiny little arm, and the other arm kind of goes all the way. Sometimes you just, don't analyze them. Just have fun and just enjoy what happens with it. Okay, yes. A friend of mine said there aren't enough Valentine's Days with crows, and she's right. There aren't. I have seen very few, if any. Actually, there may be no Valentine's Day cards with crows, but there are now. So, I love you very much, and that would fit if that works for you. I was also thinking that birds sometimes eat berries, especially ones that have been sitting out for a while. So it's probably not this one, but let's just say it was, that they can actually get drunk on eating these berries because they fermented. I was just thinking, getting drunk on your love or something. You guys are probably really, really clever people. I'm sure you are. So let me know in the comments some better phrases. 2 praying mantises, and I had to really do some research on how to draw these because I kind of had an idea of what they look like, but not really. And that's always fun. It is a great way to research things. So I've drawn 2 praying mantises, and they're in love, and mostly they're really green, and I decided to add some red that I've seen on some of them just to give it some visual interest, and I think that makes it work. Some people have accused me of having a dark sense of humor, and I try to keep it friendly, though I am not a malicious type person at all. But I do find humor in things that are dark sometimes. It's good to be able to laugh at things that perhaps cause some pain at times. So that being said, famously, praying mantises, when they mate, the female will generally eat the male, which is one of those things in nature that you just kind of go, oh, that's pretty interesting. So I was thinking maybe a saying for this would be, no matter what happens, I love you. um, Perhaps a short-lived love, but love nonetheless. And I love you guys for stopping in, watching, and providing your great ideas in the comments. Really, really appreciate that. Don't forget that all of those images, the last 8, are available on the website. The link is in the description. Ta-ta for now.